Hi guys, Crafty Crystal here. I'm here with two more variations on the seed stitch. I'm having so much fun with this single seed stitch. And this is why I tell you guys to experiment and have fun. This is another little short on variations of the seed stitch. I can get this in. There we go. You see these lines here? This is doing the seed stitch with a single crochet in back and the double next to it. The single crochet in back and the double next to it. So these lines here are everywhere I did a single in back of the double stitch. Now this line here, you don't see any of these sticking out. This is a line of single crochet all the way around in the top of every stitch. Then on the top of those I did through both stitches for the long stitch and in back for the single, through both loops for the tall stitch and in the back for the single, and you get this effect. See? Kind of nice, huh? Different. Now this is also a variation. I just call this the micro single, the micro seed, or the mini seed. This is half double through both stitches in the top of the single crochet of the short stitch. This is your long stitch, short stitch, long stitch, short stitch, just like you would a regular. But the long stitches are half double crochets and the short stitches are slip stitch. So I do a slip stitch in the back of the long ones, and I do the long ones through the both loops of the single of the slip stitch. So show you what I mean here. Starting a new row. Let's see now. That was the short stitch. That's going to be the long one. This is the short stitch. So consider this a slip stitch. I go through both loops, both strands. In the next tall stitch, I do the tall loop, the back loop. There we go. Then wrap, go through both of the slip stitch. This is the tall stitch, the half double. So I'm going through the back part of this loop and the long one in back. The long one is the one that's made when you come up from the double to the slip stitch. Slip stitch through both the loops for the half double. This one and the long slanty one for the slip stitch. Wrap, go through the slip stitch for a half double. Go to the back of the top loop and the long slanty one that comes up from behind. See these? Do the slip stitch. This is what you get. Excuse me. That's a micro seed. Okay? Let's add another variable thing you can do with the seed stitch. This is, on top of the micro seed, I did the knit stitch, which is where you just go right through the single crochets. I wanted to have a smooth area I could put an edge on. Now this is just going through both loops, both of the top loops, with a slip stitch with a half double, all the way across. It makes it kind of straight up and down, and it's got a decent little look to it. Nice way to finish a project. Edge a container, edge a scarf, hat, purse. Okay, and we come around here and I did the just for the edging here, I did the full double, a half double in front, a slip stitch in the back loop only. I didn't go down behind. So it's front loop, back loop, front loop, back loop. So front loop is half double, back loop, slip stitch, front loop, back double, half double, back loop, slip stitch. And I did that all the way around. It gives you a much more open look. It has a different kind of look to it. It stands up. I think it slightly, just barely turns in on the top. This is really, this is really straight up and down. This one has a slight, it's straight up and down the sides, and it looks almost like it turned slightly in. Now this one is the one I like least. It looks very big and loose. And this one I did the slip stitch in front and the half double in back. But see if I can get the rim right. See how it goes up and then it comes out and makes an outward rim. That's a different way to do it. Okay, so these are all. This is the mini seed done done this way and this way and this way. The half double, the slip stitch all the way around. This is very tight, firm. Got the slight up and down edge to it, but it's straight up and down. This one gives you this interesting clumping finish here. A border for the top. And then this one is the one that's really loose looking on top, and it flares out on the top. Instead of being straight up and down, it flares out. So that's another variation to consider. So just a short little hello and another tip. Happy hooking, guys.